When I was 20 years old, I overdosed on heroin. It was January 23rd, 2010. I mean, I've been partying or like using drugs and alcohol since I was like 8 years old. And it just escalated. And everyone says that it's weed or marijuana that's the gateway drug, but I really think it's alcohol because that's what I started off. I don't like it at all, but that's what I started off as. And then it escalated and it was just like, because I wanted to have fun and that's just who I was. I wasn't really trying anything. And I even made a list of all the drugs I wanted to try. And I made a list of not. And then once I finished all the drugs I wanted to try, all I had was the ones not to try, and heroin was on that list. And I was like, I'll try it. I just went like, I didn't even do pills or anything like that, I just did it. I was about 14 years old at that point. So it was just recreational, and then, I could quit anytime, and then it was just every day. The amount I used, how often, just it escalated like over the course. But in retrospect, I was addicted from the very first time. Like, it was just like, I'll wait a week, but it was like I was always waiting for that time. I was always counting down. The only thing that saved my life is because I was sitting on this chick's couch and I fell asleep like this. I distinctly remember because I had a BlackBerry and I was texting my best friend who lived in Baltimore at the time, happy birthday, because it was his birthday. But I never finished it, and I guess I OD'd at that point. The chick, her name was Lily Farrell, and I'll never forgive her, but she freaking stuck needles in my sock, called the cops, and left. I was in the hospital for about almost 6 months, and the first week I was in there, I was under like I forget what they call it, but it was just pure coma. Like I wouldn't wake up, and then I was set to, like, my parents even planned out my funeral and everything, like they were gonna disconnect me, and then my dad changed his mind and changed it to the next day. So, and I woke up 5 hours before they were gonna take me off life support. So like that was pretty, like intense. I don't know where it is at the time, but I still have my urn. They were all there, and I remember seeing Beth being like, I remember thinking something bad must have really happened if she's here, because she doesn't live, like I remember it, she doesn't live here anymore. And I do not remember this, but she says, and so does everybody that was in that room, that she told me that I had overdosed, and I started crying. And they said it was because of my age that I recouped so fast, because it took me a long time to get out of my second coma, because it was induced because of my severe pneumonia. Things were going fine. I had to get a tracheotomy when I woke up, and they were worried because I had the tube down my throat for over a month that it was going to be, my vocal cords would be stretched out, and they were concerned that I wasn't going to be able to speak. And so I refused a tracheotomy because I was scared to get a scar, which I don't really have it very now. But I ripped it out like after a day, maybe two, because memory's fuzzy. And my insurance dropped me. So I had to go, and I got changed to 3 hospitals, like rehab, everything. It was like a pretty big deal. So I didn't even get professional help after I got released from the hospital. I went to Planet Fitness, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was clean for 2 years, and I relapsed, and I got even worse than I was before. After that, I started counting how many times I would OD. Like, I OD'd almost 30 times, like 28 times. And towards the end, I would know every time I'd wake up and be like, I totally OD'd. The only thing I could think about was getting high. Like, it was really bad. Like, before, yeah, I overdosed, but it was still at that point, like, fun. Drugs change you, especially that drug, it took over my life. She really does give me like more reason to do good. I think that might have been something I was missing, like just try to do something for yourself to better yourself. But like, I think it helps that I have someone else to think about, because especially after learning about how much my actions of being an addict affected my entire family negatively and my friends. I don't want to ever do that to her, and I don't want her to grow up in an environment like that, to be conditioned into thinking drugs are normal. Did you burp? Yeah? Yeah?